Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, Swifty.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm okay.
You just hanging out?
I'm just chilling.
You're just existing?
I'm just floating around.
Someone.
How is everyone? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How are you guys?
How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good out of morning.
Oh, indeed. That's her catchphrase.
Yeah. How's it going?
We should patent that.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, not patent. You know what I meant.
No, I don't.
We should.
Should do what?
Get out of morning.
What about it?
What if someone else uses it?
What if they use it? What we're gonna do?
And then they sue us?
Go and beat them up.
Then we'd have to stop using it.
I don't think anyone's gonna use it and then sue us. Somehow.
It's really good, though.
I mean, it's alright.
Get out in the morning. It's catchy. It's caught on.
Has it caught on? Has it? Have you heard people saying it outside?
Pilkey, I think we need to stop. I think we need to slow down on this hill.
What, the Barry is streaming hill?
Yeah.
How could you?
Also, Barry is streaming. Who is that? They don't exist anymore.
Wow.
Their copyright expired. That's why Barry changed his name.
What, someone else? You think someone else got Barry streaming?
Yeah, he lost a license for it.
That's why the page is empty now when you go there.
Yeah, you need a time machine. Someone from the future.
So
He got Terminator 2'd.
I can't help but feel like you're kind of fabricating evidence here to support a theory that you have rather than looking at the actual evidence.
Listen. Correlation is causation.
No, Doig, it's not. That's the thing. 3:40 a.m. for you, Dreadbard. Holy guacamole.
Dumb.
You should be in bed. Speak Up Mister is streaming. Here's a clip. Ooh. Why Doig's mouth does not open when he speaks? Because Doig's a lazy bear. That's right. Lazy bear.
Yeah, I don't want to open my mouth.
Oh! There, he deserved that.
I
Good.
don't think I did. Why did I deserve to get hit?
There you are.
You woke up my face.
Now it's... Wow, you see, it worked. It worked. Amazing. Pin that tweet, Doig. Promote it. What? Oh, what is it? What did you do?
In that tweet. Let me see. Oh.
What is it?
It's the Animorny challenge prompt.
Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you, Martina.
Already got 400 likes.
Promote it. Put more. Make more. Put it up. Put it up.
It's pinned.
It's there. Ooh. The clip is about the character Dampe from Zelda Ocarina of Time and his dumper. Dampe and his dumper.
Do we support Dampy Dumpin'?
Sure.
Okay. We played a game yesterday.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We sure did play a game that I've been wanting to play for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
There's also huge news, guys. Huge news. Huge news.
The game we're talking about playing is not the same one that might be Swifty's huge news.
No, I'm interrupting this. This is a sideline, but I think that you might really want to know this, chat.
Yeah.
Huge news. Martina guessed it. Yep, we got the Switch back.
Woo!
We got the Switch back.
Woo!
And guess what we downloaded onto it? Baba Is You.
Yeah, such a good little puzzle game.
Yeah, it's the game everyone's been talking about.
You have to put little words together, and then they change the properties of the objects. It's super fun. It's so cool.
Yeah, so prepare for some Baba Is You streams. Oh, we got Tears of the Kingdom too.
But we didn't play that.
No,
No.
I haven't played that yet because I haven't completed Breath of the Wild, so I have to do that first. But then
Yeah.
we might stream Tears of the Kingdom a bit.
I made her. We might stream Breath sometimes, but we're not gonna commit to anything like, oh, you can watch the whole. Basically,
Yeah, we're
Swifties,
not streaming Breath of the Wild.
Breath
like
of the
whole
Wild
thing.
is going to be a Swifty Duvet game.
It means that I'll be able to complete it faster.
And everything dubbed a Duvet game is just Swifty gets to play it whenever she wants to get cozy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome Raiders.
Hello, welcome. Furry Turret. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going? How was your stream?
Planet Chaos. I learned on Saturday that Swifty has not even played Ocarina of Time. So we should stream Ocarina of Time instead.
The only Zeldies I've ever played is Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
They're the only Zeldies I've ever played. So
I feel like
Doig kept being like, I was playing Breath of the Wild trying to get stuff done, and Doig was like, blah 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 in Ocarina of Time. Remember that? Oh, it's blah 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 Ocarina of Time. And I'm just like, Doig, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what anything you just said is.
So you said the only other one that you played is Wind Waker, which means that this game will be the first game that you've ever interacted with any Zora. Or
I miss Melody.
wait, didn't you play Skyward? Or did I play Skyward? I played Skyward.
I never done played it.
Did you watch any of it?
I watched you play some of it.
Okay. So you got that a little bit.
Yeah. I've watched some people play some things, but I haven't played them, and I haven't concentrated when I was watching it. A lot of the time when I'm watching people play games, it's on in the background while I'm working.
Okay.
So I'm not really concentrating on it.
Okay.
Also, spoke Rainbow Pony.
We should.
Thank you so much.
We should troll everybody and be like, "Hey, we're playing the new Zelda," and then just stream Ocarina of Time.
The new old Zelda. Ah! Spoke Rainbow Pony, thank you so much.
If we put you down.
Good morning to you too.
If we were to play or stream Ocarina of Time, which one of us should play it?
Probably me, if I've never played it. You just want to play it?
No.
I mean, I'd happily sit and watch. Then I'd actually be engaged in what was happening.
You'd sit and watch, and then you'd be engaged.
Yeah.
With what was happening. How would you be more engaged if you were watching?
Because, well, no, I mean, I'd be more engaged than I have been in the past when I've been watching it while I was working.
I see. I
Because I
gotcha.
wouldn't be working.
I gotcha.
I'd just be sitting with you.
I get it.
Oh, do the community day forms happen to be open right now? Yeah. Right, Doig?
Let me
Right,
check.
Doig?
Let me check.
I'm sure Doig's taking care of it. Ooh. Wardmont says, what if you split the play between past and future between the two of you? That'd be pretty neat.
I mean, I guess you go back and forth. Yeah, maybe.
You go back and forth. So while Doig is checking that out, how was everyone else's weekend? How are you guys? What were you up to? My cat says it's so fucking hot. It's been pretty warm here too, actually. Weirdly, for England, it's actually been very warm. More Splatoon PC encrypted? That's awesome. Hey, I saw that there was some Sonic the Hedgehog Symphonic concert tickets that are going to be coming out. And they're going to be playing in London. So I might go to London to see that. Pilky says, I recovered from COVID, did some work and finished texturing the first room of my spaceship. Did you want to share any pictures? The podcast says, my bedroom faces the sun and my window is huge. Oh my gosh. You're going to get fried like some chicken. I'm glad that you recovered from COVID as well, Pilky. Well done.
Yeah.
So my Grandpa Pony said I got to meet a friend from Canada in Paris, did some tourisming. Walked a lot more than I'm used to. Man, same for us. We went on a trip with my dad on Friday. And boy, howdy did we do a lot of walking. It was nice. And Furritur says, Sonic concert, sweet. Yeah, they also have a concert taking place in LA. So if any people near LA are interested, then you should check that out. Lovesick says, I'm good. Reb had her return stream, which was great. Also exported the properly final draft of my next edit. It came out perfectly. I'm really excited for the premiere day. That's awesome.
That's
Hey,
so cool.
congratulations, Lovesick.
Here's the community link.
Thanks, Doig.
I totally didn't just make it.
No, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you just had that in your back pocket ready to go.
Yeah, in my back pocket. Back there. I'm always like this.
Yeah, you are.
How do I?
Ayanoki says, I played a bunch of... Sorry, I'm reading Alex's. Ayanoki says, I'm learning to install head look controls on my animator. I have me looking an invisible ball in front of my face. I still need to control it with my controller though. Ayanoki, it's happening! It's happening! That's so exciting.
I will jump for joy. I
Eh.
jumped for joy.
Yeah. And Alex said I played a bunch of Deep Rock Galactic and promoted my second class for the first time with Good and Close to Being Next. Also fresh Chrome Ale.
Rock and stone.
Can you grab that Chrome Ale, Doig?
Can I grab it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Philly's gonna take some pictures of our spaceship for Community Day. Yes! The Chrome Ale, I don't know, you find it. You find it.
I don't think it got put in.
Dreadbard says, not much, dealing with icky health issues and playing silly little phone games. Playing silly little phone games sounds good. Dealing with health issues sounds bad. I hope you feel better soon. Sorry to hear that.
Wasn't the Chrome Mail like 5 minutes ago?
It might have been, yeah. I'm just catching up with chat. Off screen a little, screen right, you saw the Chrome Ale. Well, I got Doig and Doig got Martina. So I'd say that's a success.
Let me see. Cams 3 toggle third. I was gonna reveal it. Here we go.
Hey!
Bam.
Bird and Bear now. Baba is you. Ah! Bird and Bear 6,000 to Baba is you. Baba is tired. Game not fun. Better watch out. Baba has gun. This is very good.
Very
you need
cool.
to get stuck on Baba is you because it's hard.
It gets harder.
It gets hard.
Yeah. We played that when you had the flu.
Yeah, there were a couple of times I've fancied playing it since and we didn't have the Switch, so I'm really happy to have it back. Because Baba is you is fun.
Baba
Baba
is you.
is you. Anyway, Doig, you were going to say something before I brought up a certain Switch that we now have back.
We got it back.
Back.
We played a board game called Gloomhaven yesterday. And it's a very large box with many components, and even playing it we had to like check the rules a lot. So we did one scenario. It's like a board game RPG, like Dungeons and Dragons in a box kind of thing.
Dungeons and Dragons minus the DM.
Yeah,
Like full campaign and stuff is in a box.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Lots of cards. Card decks for your player abilities.
Card decks for you, card decks for the monster, card decks for your friends, card decks just for fun to have extra card decks. Card decks for secret future stuff. So many card decks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It was really fun though, even though we had to check the rules like every 2 minutes. Or everything that happened to were like, how does this work?
Yeah.
But it was awesome. We completed a scenario.
There's a video game version of it too, apparently.
That makes sense.
What characters did you play? I was a Cragheart.
And I was a tinkerer.
Yeah.
No spoilies, though.
No spoilies.
No spoilies.
I can say what my name was.
Yeah, go on.
Scabby Jambo.
Scabby Jambo is Doig's character. And I'm Dally. And I have a little construct called Dilly. So together we're Dilly Dally.
Wow.
And yeah. That's as Dilly Dally and Scabby Jambo. But yeah, it was really fun. I'm excited to play some more. But I can next grab Doig. I feel like the next bit we play will go a bit faster and be a bit easier because now we have kind of a handle on the rules, or at least how we've been playing. We could still be getting some things wrong. Like the enemies are numbered because there are multiple versions of them. And we thought that we had to use this tracking thing to track which enemies had damage on them.
Yeah.
And then we realised the tracking thing we were using only went up to 6 and the monster number we had was 10. So we were both just like,
we'll
just keep using it.
No, maybe there's different envelopes.
Maybe there are different envelopes.
Yeah.
We should check, but yeah.
Although there's not more than one. I'm confused. There's not more than one card per enemy.
Yeah, but as long as it's different envelopes.
What is this?
But what if you have... Yeah, exactly. What if you have one which is 1 and one which is 10? Then you'd need 2 envelopes.
Right? And then you wouldn't be able to have 2 cards. I guess you don't need 2 cards in each of them.
Loki says that reminds me of my first D&D character, a ranger named Badger, who named her weapon Badger. And had a Badger familiar called Badger.
I knew a person that had a dog called Badger. They worked in a framing store.
Oh, pretty nice. I like this. Yeah. Pretty good. But yeah, anyway, we had a great time and I want to play more. I want to do the next dungeon. We're halfway through a dungeon. We finished this scenario, but we're halfway through a dungeon, so I'm excited. You believe in yourself.
It's true.
You've got to put some faith in yourself. Okay, this is Sonic. If you feel tired, look at yourself. Inside your heart, you will find a special place to unwind. Yeah. This is the Sonic song you won't have heard that goes with Sonic CD opening and ending.
Yeah.
Ooh. Pilkey says it was named Bodger as in classic 90s TV show Bodger and Badger. Oh yeah, I remember Bodger and Badger. I never really watched it, but... JJQ says, haven't been to a board game club in a while. Really wanted to play it, but haven't yet. I think you'd like it. It's a lot. Like, I heard that Gloomhaven was really complicated and had a lot of stuff in it. So there are 2 tutorial videos that you can watch to get started on it. And we watched the first tutorial video, and I was like, oh, this doesn't seem too complicated. It's actually like pretty simple to get to grasp with. And it was like all the RP stuff and everything and all the like town stuff and the quests and things. I was like, this is fine actually. People were just exaggerating.
Yeah.
And then we watched the next video, which was combat, and I was just like, I don't know. What? Which 17 cards do I need?
Yeah.
Where do I put this?
The first video.
What's this marker for?
The first video was 7 minutes long. The second video was 25 minutes long.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
And they didn't even cover everything in 25 minutes. They were like, there's plenty more that I haven't talked about that's in the manual. And we're like, what is this video for if not to fucking tell us what the...
But we managed. We got by.
I basically,
with a lot of Googling.
yeah, basically we had one hand on the manual and one hand on the like phone to just Google things that we couldn't look up in the manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Good luck, money haul. May good fortune follow you all of this day. It's from Palbro for Ben. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Where am I?
You broke our camera.
Hey, Ben. Good luck. You can do it. May good fortune follow you all of this day. Good luck, Ben. I'm back. You do need some good fortune today. Whatever is happening in your life, I hope that it all goes as smoothly as it can.
I liked your little sideways float there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Skills.
I don't know what happened.
Good sit. Whoa, your leg went way out. You did like a little kick.
It's like my kick sit.
Wow. Your leg just pokes its way out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's one of them. Wow, did you do a dive kick?
I don't know.
Dive kick me.
I saw someone tweet and did like a video comparison between the Mario movie and Evangelion. They were like, "Look!" So they referenced Evangelion in Mario, and we were both like, during when we watched the film, we both noticed it too. We were like, Eva. We were like Wally in Wally.
Oh my goodness! Wait, Martina and Alex both redeemed more good luck for Ben.
What's happening with Ben?
Ben! May good luck and good fortune follow you all of this day.
What's happening with Ben?
Good luck, good fortune, all of this day.
Come back, Swifty. It's okay. Swifty.
Ah,
You're falling again, Swifty.
getting wibbly.
Getting wibbly. No, Swifty, no,
Sun's
stop.
getting real low.
No, Swifty. Come
I'm
back.
coming back. Oh. I went to the wrong place.
The
Doug.
fuck you doing?
I went to the wrong place. Where am I?
Where are we?
Where could I be?
We're in the void. Look, I'll fix it.
Oh, that's better.
Oh no. Oh
That's
no.
better.
I think you pressed the start menu. I don't know if that works anymore.
You don't know if what works anymore.
The start, like pressing the start button. Press the start button again. Okay, I think the start button is outside of our remit now. Don't press it. No. It's broken.
It looks
No,
like
but
it works. To
It
me.
doesn't work because then it's outside of the camera system. Stop it. Don't do it. No.
What's wrong with it? It seems fine.
It doesn't. No, because now we can't go to any other location.
Well, we can go back to the room. I just saw you do it.
Yeah, we can only go back to the room.
I can go over here. Can't stop me.
No, I can't stop you.
I go to this barrel, and this, and
There you go.
hey, hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Toast.
Ah, it stuck to me.
You picked it up. You lie. I love playing Toast Pass with you.
I'm open. I'm up. Oh. Ha.
You never get in the goal.
It's Kirby. Ha. What goal?
The goal over here that I've decided arbitrarily is here.
Ha.
Gonna get it yours?
No. Ha.
No,
Yeah.
that doesn't count.
How does it not count?
Because then I could just go whoop. Rio R has an important chromo for you. Shit.
Rio, we talked about this. We talked about this at length. Look.
Uh-huh.
Why is their thumbnail just a fork?
It says fork on it too. I think that's important.
Je ne pas fork.
Fork. Don't forget. I'm with you in the dark. A to Z. What you saying?
My weakness.
I'll put this with the other one. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we didn't look at the clip even. Let's go look at the clip.
Okay.
Oh, there's a crowbar. The Barry clip.
Oh, well, let's do it.
Fork. Fork.
Fork.
Fork.
Fork's very good in chess.
Fork. I love the fork piece in chess.
Yeah.
It lets you take out multiple pieces at a time, so long as they're soft. Oh. Everything went.
I feel like something's happy when things get tidied, like a whole across the screen or something happens.
We're a long way up.
We are. Although it's relative, you know, because there's nothing down.
Do you ever... Oh, here we are. Hey.
My first time playing Ocarina of Time with multi-world randomizer.
Y'all should play Ocarina of Time normal. It's pretty good.
No, it's the worst game in the world.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have Tinkle in it, so that's right.
Well, Tinkle's kind of the worst.
But it does have DD's Dump, so, you know, it's
I
kind of
don't
a
like any of the words you just said.
Why? I do hate out here shitting on my
I want to know about Dampy's fat ass.
Okay.
What?
Have you played Ocarina of Time? Have you seen the bakery floating around?
Answer I have.
You should check it out.
Thank you. So
I know who Dampe is.
we got real confused because we sort of caught a bit of the stream. What the hell were they doing?
Yeah, what was the... At first I thought it was multiplayer.
The echo is too much. Wait, echo?
Oops.
How have we got multiple echoes?
Oops. Was the sound clip echoing?
Wait, let me look. It should have only been coming through VM Banana. Was it being picked up by the microphones? Can't tell what is being said. It echoes a bit.
Oh, the sound clip was echoing. Huh. It must have been picked up by a microphone.
Let's try playing it again, but we'll mute and see if it's still echoing. No, I don't think the audio was coming from it.
No, it's the worst game in the world.
Wait.
Well, it doesn't have Tinkle in it, so that's right.
Well, Tinkle's kind of the worst.
But it does have DD's Dump, so, you know.
This is going to be horrible.
Why? I do hate out here shitting on my
I want to know about Dampy's fat ass.
Okay.
What?
Don't clip it again, Martina.
Does that mean that now we have double echo?
Well,
on
we
that one?
would have double echo in that because
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh,
fix anything.
Yes, again.
No.
Another.
We can't keep. I can't see it coming through anything other than.
Again, we can send it back to Barry improved.
So it should be coming through this one. But it shouldn't be coming through twice. Unless. Oh, I might know.
Wait. Well, it doesn't have Tinkle in it.
Here we go.
Well, Tinkle's
But it does have dainty stump, so, you know.
This is gonna be horrible.
Perfect.
No.
Out here shitting on my
No.
Into the void. Did you guys get that? Did you catch that?
Don't clip it again, Martina.
Clip it again! Beautiful.
Okay, I understand. I understand, I think.
Okay.
So I've set it so that the output, but then I'm not sharing the desktop audio. I don't know. I'm not sharing my desktop audio with you guys. I'm sharing via Banana, and that should only be playing it once. Where is it? Oh God, no!
Buy
No.
my book! Buy my book! Buy it! Buy Girl on the Glim! Buy my book! Did you guys get that? Did you catch that?
Don't clip it again, Martina.
Clip it again! Clip it again! Buy my book! The perfect advert! Doig, you've created it.
We did it
The perfect advert.
together.
exists.
Ah.
Wow. I like you just floating in that last one.
Yeah. This is getting silly now.
I don't know. I think I made a pretty good commercial out of it.
I think you did. I think that was pretty good. Buy my book. Oh, that's a good closer. And that's the end. That's the end of everything.
Oh wait. Buy
No.
my book. Buy my book. Buy
No.
it. Buy Girl on the Glim. Buy my book. Buy a book. Did you guys get that? You guys should buy a book.
Don't clip it again, Martina.
Look how desperate she is. Clip it again. Buy my book. You guys better support her advert. Doig, you created it.
We did it.
Yeah. Woo. Meeps Kitten, thank you so much for the subscription. We really appreciate it.
Okay. I still haven't figured out.
You still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, you better figure it out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Play a fresh clip. We're going to mute. Tell me if it echoes. We were muted. We were
Oh,
muted.
photograph just echoed again.
Okay, so it's maybe it's okay.
Let's get some sharp edges. Using this eraser. Eraser. My dad bought me a razor. He bought it from the store. He gave it to me on my birthday and he gave me more. So many razors in my bed, so many razors on my head, and now I have some razors.
I think I figured it out.
instead.
Okay, why? Okay. I think
Did you just make that up, or what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's my razor song.
can clips
I
be
went
louder?
Echo gone, you fixed it, Doig. Books, what did I say? What did I say to you? I said to chill. Leave it, Books. What did I say?
Okay. I think I figured it out.
Hey, it's a Pilkey. Did you guys hear the Dreamcast noise?
I heard it.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Is your Dreamcast around here?
Why? Why?
I don't know, Pilkey. Because I heard it. Again.
Why?
I like your face, Pilkey. I've grown accustomed to your face.
Yeah, VIPs can show clips. All right. Hang on.
Where did the Dreamcast sound come from? Doig, where did it come from?
So I don't get why it's echoing. I don't know. I don't get why it's going to music. Okay. We're going to test something. Okay. I'm gonna mute the music.
I have some tea while you test.
Somebody fire a bomb. I'll do it.
Bomb, please. Oh. Thanks.
You guys are hearing that, right? You're hearing the bomb.
Pal says Pilky hacked your screen villain style. It does look like that, huh? I kind of love that.
So why is it playing through? Okay, why is it? Okay. Hang on.
You told the story of your disaster travel story. Oh man, I'm gonna need to know more details about that. What happened to you? Or is it too long to type? Oh, hello.
Open sound setting.
Hello, little lady. Hi. What do I owe the pleasure? Oh, little lady came in and fell down. Cute. Yeah, look, Kitty's here. She's being real cute. She's on the floor, on her back with her belly out.
So we should be hearing the audio through VM Banana. No, sorry, through Discord Voices. Because I put everything through cable B for that, and yet it's still going through cable A, I think. Hey, Onsta.
Thank you, Martina, for saying what the Community Day deadline is. Yeah. Hey, Onster, welcome, and also Dizzy at Beans. Hello, good morning.
No, it didn't go through music though.
How's it going, guys? How are you? Doig's trying to fix stuff. You know, audio stuff. Dun, da, da,
Oh, it's because I'm sending it to B2. No B2. No B2.
No B2.
No B2. No B2. No. No B2.
No B2.
I figured it out. All right, so now you shouldn't be able to hear anything when the bomb goes off. Redeem. Yeah, no bomb sound. No bomb sound. Silent. All right, and then I turn this back on. Bada bada.
Picking up dinner. What are you getting, Onster?
And that should have been pretty loud.
Was that good for you guys?
There you go. There you go. Then you tested it.
How was
Good
it for
job.
you, chat? Nice.
Ah, Jesus.
You got some chicken tendos and negitoro. What's negitoro?
Okay, cool. So now clips shouldn't echo.
Hey!
And farts should be louder for you all.
Clips shouldn't echo. So let's hear that that most recent Barry clip again and hear the non-echo. Minced tuna rolls with green onions. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds great.
I don't think I like.
Is there?
My first time playing Ocarina of Time was a multi-world randomizer. Yeah.
Y'all should play Ocarina of Time normal. It's pretty good.
No, it's the worst game in the world.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, it doesn't have Tingle in it, so that's
Yeah,
fair.
you know, it's
Well,
not that
Tingle's
great.
kind of the worst.
But it does
I
have
don't-
Dampy's Dumper, so, you know, it's
I
kind of a
don't
wash.
like any of the words you just said.
Why? I do hate...
Nicole's just out here shitting on my
Hang on a second. I was gonna say. Let him cook. I want to know about Dampy's fat ass. Okay.
What?
Have
No,
you
you
played
don't.
Ocarina of Time?
I think so.
Have you seen the bakeries lugging around?
Why am I here?
Can't say I have. You should check them out. Now how?
There you are. I do know who Dampe is.
You do know.
Dampe is the gravekeeper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From.
From Ocarina of Time.
I meant more specifically a location in Ocarina of Time. But yeah, let's go.
A town.
A
And
town.
then he's in a dungeon later. And
Yeah.
you have to get him to do things and go places, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Honestly, can you link a clip? Of course you can on still.
Yeah, I may as well. Horizontal chat. There we go.
Hey, there you are, chat. Looking good.
Yeah, you can even show it yourself.
Ba, 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 ba.
I love this awkward pause where the music's been paused.
Doig, where did the Dreamcast sound come from?
I honestly
Doig,
do not know.
You don't know?
No.
Well, where was it from?
I don't. I heard it, but I don't
I
know.
thought it was you.
That wasn't
Did
me.
you not put it on the soundboard?
No.
Oh, where is it? Where did it come from?
I did make a soundboard once though.
Where did it come from?
I'm not gonna press it though because it was very loud.
Do 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 do. Where is it? Do 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 do. Oh, we got a chroma. I'm just gonna read it from chat. India, in case you want to hear the full story of my travel disaster, watch my VOD from yesterday at about 31:30. Takes about 30 minutes to tell. Oh my gosh, okay. That's fair. That'd be a lot to type. Thank you very much. At least it's an easy timestamp to remember. Basically 30 minutes in. 31:30. Let's look at the Onster clip.
3D stands for 3 disaster.
Can verify.
It's 2 minutes long.
It's a long clip.
Wow, I didn't know clips can be 2 minutes. Is it a
Maybe.
highlight? Did you have to highlight it? Because I wonder if a highlight would play. Probably it would play.
Dreadpod says, sorry, the Dreamcast was me. I fell asleep and casted a dream. Oh, Mr. Sega, cast me a dream. Bum, 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 bum. Make it the sweetest that I've ever seen. Yeah, also says I had to highlight it.
What they were playing last night on streams was a Hollow Knight multi-world randomizer, which means they were playing single player but linked together. One person picking up an item would usually give another player the item, and randomizer for item distribution. So basically, if one of them got something, they all got something.
Okay, that's rad. Thank you very much for explaining it. We had no clue. I was like, is this multiplayer? And then obviously it wasn't multiplayer.
Highlights don't play. You tried. Okay.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to put music back on.
But you should all click on it and have a look. And mute us for a sec while you watch it.
I guess I could just click on it.
Oh yeah, we could just share it on our screens. I forgot. Sometimes I forget that we have obvious solutions to things like this. Hold up, we can do this. We can get it.
We have the power.
Or either no,
Wait.
no, I don't. No.
So big.
What? I don't have the stream open. What did you do?
I got
What did
far
you do?
away. And he's still back. No, I can't see. I can't see my mom. I can't see. I can't. I can't remove the prop because I can't.
Oh, what? Is that the end of it?
Oh, no.
No way. It says
Lost.
it's 2 minutes long. Did you start halfway through?
Oh, no. This was a clip of the highlight.
Oh, I thought you'd put it on.
No, that wasn't me. I was Onsta putting it on.
Oh. I understand now. Lost. Oh, you guys, in Gloomhaven, there's a mechanic where you can discard cards, which means you can get them back, and you can lose cards, which means they go into a pile called Lost, and you can't use them again in the scenario. And once we figured that out, Doig and I were just screaming "Lost" every time.
Every time we use a card that had to get lost.
Lost.
The card economy kind of in that game is really like, it felt like weapon durability in Breath of the Wild type scenario where it's like, hey, if you use this and then it'll break and then you won't have it again, and if you have less than 2 cards in your hand, you get exhausted and you're out of the game.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
and you only start with
like 12 cards.
like 12 cards, and every time you take a rest you have to lose a card,
and every time that you take a turn you have to use 2. So you really have to like rest to refresh your cards, because when you rest you get your discard pile back.
yeah, but you lose. It's like death by 1,000 cards.
It's cool. Every card can do 2 things, and usually the less powerful one will let you reuse the card later, but the more powerful one will mean you'll have to discard it for good, like put it in the lost pile. It's interesting. It's cool.
I just want to comment on the fact that Karina's like talking graphic is fucking perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Karina 100% drew that herself, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because that's got like the most Karina energy I've ever seen channeled into one thing. Yeah, and you need to pick up items and gold. We didn't realize that until like the end of the scenario. And then we gave ourselves a little out. We let ourselves get the treasure chest because we didn't realize until the end of a scenario that you need to pick it up during the fight.
Yeah.
Or you don't get it.
Yeah.
So we were just like, we'll finish the fight and then pick up the treasure chest. And then the game was like, no, you won't.
It makes the last room make way more sense.
Yeah. But now we know. She also made one of the same style for Spencer. I haven't seen that one. Do you guys have a picture of it?
What? No!
Sonic World!
No! No!
Behold him!
No!
Sonic Worm! Where's my worm boy? There he is! Look at his tiny teeth. Look at them. This is Eric made this. Eric made this. This is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Are those teeth, or are those just sculpting like stretchy things?
I mean, they look like little teeth. I think they're sculpting stretchy things, but they look like little teeth.
I hate that.
Tiny little sharp teeth.
They're so wet though.
Yep. Well, he's meant to be, so thank you, Eric, for making him so wet. There he is. Power Bros with the lost in the middle.
Is Eric in chat just now? Time him out.
Don't
time him out.
No! We made this happen, Doig. It's our fault.
There's
not
no we
Eric's
in this.
fault.
There's no we in this. 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 There's no
You
we.
stood by and watched me do it, and you didn't stop me. That means that you supported my decision. Banana. No! No! My boy!
And close. Stay out. Stay out. No!
Yeah!
No!
He's back!
Ah!
Don't you know what happens if you cut a worm in half? They get to be more worms. They get to be more worms. Oh, this is a good place. This is a cozy place.
This is cursed.
I want my worms. Oh, I want all my worms behind me. I want all the worms behind me. Stop that. You stop that. I think all my worms. All my worms. All you single wormies, all you single wormies, all you single wormies, all you single wormies. Yeah.
Hassle, 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 hassle.
Yeah. Oh. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, that won the poll.
I did win the poll. We did a poll
We
on Twitter to see what people were most excited to see us continue playing next. And on the poll was Outer Wilds DLC, Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, Tunic, and what was the other one?
Psychonauts.
Psychonauts, was it?
Yeah.
And Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog won. So at some point we'll have to grab Onster, see when she's next free.
Was Psychonauts on the poll?
I don't think it was. I think it was something else.
Outer Wilds.
Tunic. Murder of Sonic the
Ishin.
Hedgehog. Ishin, that's it.
And that was it.
That was it.
Psychonauts wasn't an option.
Nope.
Sorry, Psychonauts.
Sorry, Psychonauts.
We just need to do game streams every day that you have. Oh.
Hey, we can do that. I'm off today.
Oh.
What's up?
The middle one.
Oh, God. Wait. Wait, this is different. What is this? What is this? Why does it have its tongue out? And teeth? Wait, what? You made this? This is very frightening. This is look into this face and tell me there's a god.
I don't want to.
Look into his face and tell me that this is your god.
I don't want to.
You gotta look at it, Doig. It's looking at you. Look at it.
No!
It's looking at you.
No!
Hey, Doig. Look at this worm. Hey, Doig.
I'm scared.
Hey, Doig.
I'm scared.
Burn
No! Well, burn what?
the house.
Okay.
The people.
Okay.
Doig.
Yeah?
I require moisture.
Why does that require fire?
Moisture.
Burning things is...
Water me.
Okay.
Water me, Simon.
Okay.
Water.
I don't have any water. You want orange juice?
You will burn.
That will burn. Alright.
Get me moisture, mortal.
Hey, worm?
Yes.
Worm?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Now. No, my worm. I was playing with that.
Don't play with your worm.
Who's responsible for this worm?
You might not have been taught this as a child,
Little Crispy.
but you don't play with your worm.
Don't play with the
It'll
worms,
fall
kids.
off.
Swifty's outside playing with worms again. It's Kieran. It's Kieran. This is incredible. How you make such a good worm. Cackles innocently. Though that's a juxtaposition.
Do we need to make... Okay, I have an idea.
Hmm?
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Okay, you know how we wanted to make a vault? What
We'll
if...
put the worm in the vault.
Put the worm in the... Yeah, put all worms in the vault.
Put all worms in the... What, we have the vault for like good things, like the subbies, and then we have the forbidden vault.
Yeah.
Where we just
At
put
the
all
back
the
of the
worm
vault.
images.
Yeah.
It's like Room 101.
Yeah.
We could have
Wait.
a 2 vault system where we put them on top of little pads on the floor, and then we have to hit the button for either like Room 101 or the good vault. And if it goes to the good vault, it's in our good vault. And it goes to the other one, it just gets incinerated. Do we either send it to the engine or do we send it to the vault?
Wait, do you know what Room 101 is from?
No. I thought
Okay.
it was just from... I just thought it was from the program.
What program?
Have you never watched Room 101?
No.
Okay, let me tell you. Come over here, Doig. Let me tell you what Room 101 is.
It's from 1984, right,
It's-
guys? Yeah?
I've never read 1984. I've only heard it referenced. The only thing I know about 1984 is when people go, it's just like 1984.
Is that okay? Well, in 1984,
I love how this sounds like you're just giving me a history lesson and not telling me about a fictional book.
I'm pretty sure it's a room where maybe this is not true. Maybe this is from Saw. I feel like there was rats involved in room 101.
Okay.
Trying to remember.
The chat will be able to tell you if you're right or wrong.
It's a bad place anyway. It's a bad place.
Okay. Let me tell you about what Room 101 is in terms of British television shows. So Room 101
Yeah.
is a show that is presented by a person who's very famous, whose name I forgot, who's a comedian. Okay? And it's like one of those couch shows where they bring on a celebrity every week who sits opposite them on a couch and they chat, right?
Right.
But the subject of the chat is the person who comes on, the celebrity,
Yeah.
gets to bring 3 things that they want to put into Room 101.
Right.
And Room 101 is a room where things never come back from. Like,
Yeah.
they're essentially removing them from life, the universe, and everything.
Right. Gotcha.
So they bring on 3 things which really irritate them. They bring on like physical representatives of them.
Mhm.
So they might bring on an iPod or something.
Okay.
So like when people are playing iPods too loud. And then they have to make a case to this comedian about why it's so annoying and why it deserves to go into Room 101.
Right.
And then the comedian can either choose to spare it or put it into Room 101. And that's the whole show.
Right.
So it's just them both talking about this stuff, basically, which is pretty funny to listen to. And then deciding if it's going to get removed from life, the universe, and everything or not.
Very okay. I think I get it. Yeah. From what Ben was saying, in 1984, Room 101 was whatever they determined was your worst thing. So putting stuff into Room 101 is like bad things are in Room 101. And when you get taken to Room 101, it's like your worst fear or the thing you hate most or something that's what they subject you to.
Okay.
So it's personalized torture room.
Oh, how lovely.
And I think one of them was rats.
We love personal service here.
I think. I feel like there were rats and I feel like there was a cage.
No, stop. That
And I
sounds...
feel like the cage
stop,
was-
Stop. I don't want to hear about the rats in the cage. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
It's gnarly. I'd rather look at the
I mean,
worm.
I think I have seen something else that's featured rats in a cage, so I might be mixing things up.
I like the bit in Digimon where the bad guy goes, look at them all, running around like mangy rats in a cage. Nothing but fools. That's my favourite Digimon line. From season 2.
Do you know in the film Gladiator where he's like, oh, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Apparently, Russell Crowe thought that was rubbish. Garbage writing. And he was like, this is garbage writing, but I'm such a good actor. I can deliver it.
The problem
make
is
it
we'll never
good.
know if which was true.
Yeah,
Because he did deliver it well.
he did. He thought the line, I will have my vengeance in this life or the next was rubbish.
Hey, Tib is in chat. As Tib has been spotted. Tib says, I think iPods went into Room 101 a long time ago. Probably. I would have put them in Room 101. What things would you guys have put into Room 101 if you could have? By which I mean the game show, not
This thing right here.
No, I'm the host and I say that doesn't get to go into Room 101.
What do you mean it does? Okay, 102 is everything I hate. And it goes into room 102.
No, this is not allowed.
This thing right here.
No, unhand me. I can't go into rooms. It's impossible for me to go into rooms.
You're too wide.
I've never been in a room. Yeah, I'm too wide. I don't fit through the door. My ego will not fit. Microwaves can go away.
You don't like microwaves? We haven't used... Wait. Was the thing in the flat we were in last, was that a microwave or was it just a small oven? Was it actually...
microwave.
Was it actually a microwave?
I think it was a microwave.
Okay, we've had a microwave.
It didn't rotate though, did it? It had little grills instead.
Yeah, it didn't rotate. So I got confused. Was it just a laser oven or something?
A laser oven.
Yeah.
I think it was a microwave. Gender can go into Room 101. Never has more truth been spoken. Dreadbard. Yeah, we get to put gender into Room 101.
Okay. I mean, My head is spinning now.
Be careful, Ben, or Doig will put you into room 101. Yeah, the game show was fun. The book sounds less so. Can you put room 101 in room 101? Yes. We can put 1984 in room 101.
So you've never read 1984?
No. I've only heard about it because it's such a famous book.
Huh.
So I've heard a lot of references to it, but I've never actually read it myself.
Interesting. Interesting. It's yeah.
And yeah, it's not fun from what I've heard. It's a sobering, worrying, and frightening read.
I mean, yeah. I feel like it's become more and more. The world has become more and more like it.
Yeah, well, that's even
Which
more
is
terrifying,
scary.
isn't it?
Which is
Yeah.
scary.
I could get it on audiobook and listen to it. That's something I could do. Tib says with how people reference it, I'm pretty sure no one's read 1984. Hey, I could be the first.
I've read it. I've also seen the movie.
Oh, wow.
We had to do it for school.
So you are the expert.
I'm not the
Currently.
I'm not the expert.
World-leading expert.
Thought is truth. No, that's not even a line.
Big Brother is also based on 1984, right? British game shows just love naming things after 1984, the book.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had the whole thing of Big Brother is watching you thing. And I'm trying to remember whether that is from 1984 or not. I assume it was. Big Brother is like the watchful state, like everyone's under surveillance type thing
Yeah.
in 1984. Everyone's being monitored. There's
Yeah.
thought crime. There's also doublethink.
1984 reminds me a little bit, not that I've ever read it, don't get it twisted, of Handmaid's Tale, in that it's like a future that you don't want to happen, but that it feels like it's creeping closer every day with some things that are happening in the world now.
Well, there's a whole sequence in 1984 where they have organized like gatherings and everyone gets into a room, okay? And there's a big TV screen at the front of the room.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll play like propaganda and stuff against like an enemy state that they're at war with, because they're always at war, okay? Because
Okay.
war is peace, etc., etc. And what they'll do is they'll have what's known as I think it's either 1 minute or 2 minutes of hate. So basically, everyone rallies together and they just hate. They direct their hate at whatever's being shown on the
Ew.
screen.
Oh man.
So this is like compulsory. You have to go. You have to do it. And I'm like seeing that. I'm just like, that's opening Twitter. That's everyone's
Wow.
2 minutes of hate now.
Wow.
Everyone just goes, what can I find on Twitter that will
That'll
annoy
make
me?
angry. It's so I can feel my hate.
So that's what I mean by like the world is getting closer
Wow.
to it.
You're not completely wrong there.
And I'm not.
See, Martina says Big Brother was a Dutch TV show first. Sorry about that. Well, there you are. The more you know. We stole it, as we tend to do in England.
What did we steal?
Big Brother, the TV show,
Was from what?
was Dutch first.
Really?
Yes. According
Huh.
to Martina. If we're believing Martina, which I do,
I believe Martina.
I believe in Martina.
I believe
I
Martina.
believe in Martina. Tip says no gods, no kings, only man. Am I right? No, wait, that's Bioshock.
I've not played a BioShock game. I have
You've never played a Bioshock game?
stolen a
I say,
BioShock
having
game
never
though.
played one myself. I can't believe you never played. Oh my god, what? You never played one? Redonkulous.
You loved Christian Bale's sword fighting. Apparently, it was acceptable in the 80s. I don't know what you mean. I like Christian Bale's gun kata. You know the one where he had no feelings, and then he
What?
had feelings.
Are we still talking about Bioshock?
Yeah, no. We're talking about Equilibrium, thank you. I was off a cliff there.
I don't remember that movie.
You never seen Equilibrium?
I don't know. I didn't say I'd never seen it. I said I don't remember it. I
Do you
might have
remem-
seen it and just
do-
forgotten.
Do you remember Christian Bale?
I mean, I kind of. I remember him in different things.
There was one where he wore it was like the world wasn't allowed to feel emotions, so they would like confiscate paintings and books and stuff so that everyone was like, you know, on the level.
Mm-hmm. On the level.
You know,
On
on the same
the
page.
level.
Yeah, level-headed, clear-headed, no
Tips-
emotion.
Tiff says, speaking of playing things, I hope you guys actually got your Switch back. I'd never gone up there, and if that happened,
Oh,
sorry, Tib, we didn't think to let you know. We did.
We
did
did.
get it back.
We got it.
We got it.
we haven't played Tears of the Kingdom because Swifty's playing Breath of the Wild first.
I'm trying to complete Breath
But
of the
now
Wild.
she is capable. It's possible to play Breath of the Wild again.
Now there are possibilities. We've downloaded Tears of the Kingdom, but we haven't got to play it yet. So big thanks to Tib and Jaden for helping us procure a back-ass Switch. And for saving it in the first place from the hotel we left it in.
Also, yeah, sorry for the short notice on the request. It was only when we were actually in the location we were in, and realized that our route back was like, oh, we drive past within like 15-20 miles or something of it. No, that seems too far. I mean, yeah, we were like, we could swing by past. I was like, oh, this is our moment.
Yeah. Hi, little one. Hello. Cat wants attention. I give she fall over.
You wanna pet the cat?
Tiff says, good, have a great time with it. Sorry I didn't get back to you earlier. That's okay. It's all your guys' problem.
That's fine. We were having fish and chips.
Yeah. We were busy eating fish and chips this whole time.
You literally got back to us as we were getting in the car, about to leave. So it was like the perfect moment to know which way we were going.
I needed to get back to you. Fortunately, I've now lost my leverage to make you hang out with me again. It's gonna happen anyway. We're all gonna go to a place, and you know that place, and we know that place, but internet doesn't need to know that place, and we'll go and we'll all hang out. It'll be great. But we'll wait till you're back from your trip. You just let us know when you're back around. I have a little bit more free time now, because I'm not working completely full time anymore, so things are more possible for me.
Discovered secret
Doig is just petting Sparrow. She's having a great time. We'll all just follow Jaden. Jaden will lead us to the place we need to go, and we'll have a good time. I'm excited for it. Focus says, wait, you're now working a reasonable amount for a human? I worked very hard to try and make sure that I could carve out a bit of time for myself to do personal projects, because things like Girl in the Glim, they need to get done, and they can't get done if I'm working on other stuff all the time. So I've carved that time out.
Yeah. Speaking of, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are we doing this morning?
I was gonna just do some lazy storyboarding.
Oh, cool.
And what were you gonna do?
I was gonna do a Ghibli study.
We're 1 hour 20 minutes in, and now maybe we'll start doing some art. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows, really?
Who needs who needs art?
Who needs art? What a pointless endeavor.
I'd rank it in the top 10 of human pursuits, you know, somewhere near the bottom.
I'd put it in Room 101. Just art in general.
I would wonder. All right. I would wonder, because I feel like,
What's with all the bombs?
I mean, this is either going to divide the room or unify the room with this statement. Okay? This is either going to divide the room or it's going to put me on one side of the room and everyone's going to be on the other side of the room, and then they're just going to close the door in my face.
Why do
Or-
I feel like I'm going to end up on the other side of the room to you?
Don't hit me. Don't hit me. No, wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. So I think that making art potentially, so I'll lead you down my line of thinking so you can land at either the top of this hill or the bottom of this hill with me. Okay. I was thinking if you put art in room 101 and that meant that like all making art was then trapped in room 101 and removed from the world, right? Would it make the world a happier place? That was my thinking, okay?
Okay.
So I was like, does making art require a small bit of mental illness? Right?
Well,
and so if you locked making art away, would people be less mentally ill collectively?
No!
Or would we be happier? I think the answer's no.
No!
I think the answer's no.
No! Art does the opposite to causing mental illness. It helps.
Yeah, no,
It
I bet.
helps with
Yeah,
a lot
no.
of mental stuff. And it's
Oh,
the point of expression for a lot of people who are having struggles mentally.
Yeah, no,
It's the
for
thing.
sure. I just mean you got to be a little bit crazy to make art.
I don't know if you need to be a little bit crazy.
A little bit crazy.
I think you just need to be a little bit dissatisfied.
What is this
and-
logical
and-
leap?
And unrestful. Like, you need to be a little bit discontent, I think.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
a little bit discontent
Not like
with the
a
world.
lot bit, but just like a little bit.
Tiny
A
smidge.
tiny smidge.
I'm not
of
saying that
discontent.
you have no, yeah. So
Because you got to have that urge to want to make the world a better place by filling it with cool stuff.
Martina says you got to be a bit weird to not create something. All right, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's the bit I don't get. Is I look at people who are like, I can just go home after work and sit and watch TV and I'm perfectly happy with that. And I'm like, that's great. I don't understand it at all though. I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree. We were walking to buy a plant once, and we're walking along. We're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we started talking. We're like, what do people who don't make stuff think about?
Yeah, well, when they're not thinking about work and making stuff, what do other people think about?
Like, cause I'm always thinking about,
I'm
oh,
always
okay, I
thinking
could
about what I could be doing.
could be making.
Maybe that's my bad. I don't know. Alex says that Frank Zappa released an entire 3-record album in 1979 about practically this exact topic but for music, and is considered the first concept album. Just Garage about censoring and banning rock music. We should check it out. That sounds awesome.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Consume media uncritically. Could you imagine watching an animated movie and not thinking about like how it's made or what the artists behind it were thinking?
I don't know if that people like that necessarily think uncritically. I think they think critically. I think they're just wrong.
Doig!
What? They're like,
They might
oh, this
not
could
be.
be made so much better like this. You're like, that's not how it's made. Yeah, well, I gave them money, so I have a say.
This would be better if it was in 3D or a live action remake. That's what they're probably thinking.
I'm probably thinking that.
Tim said they don't understand why non-artists are on Twitter. Why would you go there? It's an awful place. I agreed. The only thing that makes Twitter tolerable for me at all is the fact that I follow a bunch of cool artists. So when I go on, I get like an injection of just good art straight into my brain.
I've had to stop going on Twitter now because everyone's like, look at this cool thing in a certain game, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah. I've also stopped going on Twitter just because now there's always something that makes me angry in between the art. And I'm tired of being angry all the time. I want a little break from it.
It's like there's these tectonic plates over a shifting magma lake.
Right?
And every so often you get blinded in the face by the shine of the magma. Right?
That's what Twitter is to you.
Yeah, like the art is shielding you from the rage below, which is the magma.
Wait, so what is the art in your metaphor?
The tectonic plates.
Okay, I see.
Shifting over a ball of
see.
rage.
Yeah, it's very much like that, Doig. It's a very good metaphor.
Yeah,
Martina, you sent me this Frank Zappa link. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
get off Twitter. Everybody, just use TweetDeck and post what you need to post and stop doom scrolling.
I mean, I don't doom scroll. I scroll for the art, but then sometimes in between the art, someone's like, this terrible statement.
All scrolling on Twitter is doom scrolling.
Scrolling on Twitter is by nature doom scrolling.
Yes.
I see. That's where I've been going wrong.
But then you might not see some of the art updates and stuff.
Martina says there's no doom on my timeline, though. I'm jealous of you.
TweetDeck good, yeah. TweetDeck be like, I only want to see what want.
I only want to see what want.
Yeah.
I only want what want.
Yeah, the new TweetDeck is a little bit wank.
Oh, Doig, you can't say that word on Twitch.
Wank. And I don't
What
think I've said
happened to
that
it?
on stream ever.
What happened to it?
They like made it more Twittery, I think.
Oh.
And
How?
yeah, just it looks more like Twitter now.
Okay. No notifications, only scrolling feed of likes and mentions. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds bad. Twitterific was best and then Twitter banned it. I never heard of Twitterific before. They Twitterified TweetDeck. The best thing about TweetDeck was how unlike Twitter it was.
Yeah.
Well.
Basically.
Well.
Well. So I found a website that lets me see screen caps of movies, and it's great.
Cool. Which movie are you doing today? You're doing a study, right?
I'm doing a study of Spirited Away.
Do you want to go to the art room?
Sure. It's not going to be the same study as before. I'm taking a break from that. I want to do a forest scene.
Oh,
Just cause.
Did you not finish it? You just taking a break?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! I saw so much tea left. I got too caught up in talking and left my tea. Ding.
Is there a cat in my butt?
No, there isn't.
Mm.
No cat.
Okay, good.
You're clear.
I
You're
felt
clear for takeoff.
I felt vibrations like they were tugging
you
at the
fart?
chair. No.
Because that's probably what that was.
No.
I'm picking up good vibrations.
How dare you?
Pilky says Twitter is just something I occasionally post to now but don't read. My social media feed is sold by Mastodon. Is Mastodon good? There were some rumors about Mastodon being a Twitter competitor, right? A while back. To the point where Elon banned Mastodon being mentioned on Twitter.
No. What a baby.
He's such a baby. Swivel, we did just talk for the first hour and a half. We're very good art streamers who barely ever do any art. You just have to take our word for it.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, I'll need to check your screen.
Check myself before I wreck myself. There we go. Now I have hands free. I can drink my tea.
You need to share your monitor.
I am sharing my monitor.
Really?
I thought so.
Now
There we
you
go.
are. That's a good face.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a good
halfway
face.
through making it happen. You gotta make it real. You got to make it real.
So I guess if I do this, where is it?
Oh. I don't know. So if I pull stupid faces, I'm drinking tea. And the face tracking's like, I don't know how to react to this. What's happening? So. Yeah, get some Earl Grey.
Is it gonna share my screen? No.
Let's see, Pilkey says
Huh.
Mastodon is sort of a competitor. It's like early Twitter, no algorithmic timeline, no ads, etc. The key thing it uses,
There we go.
the key thing is that it uses some tech that lets it talk to other services, and sites like Tumblr are working to support it. So in theory, you could follow Tumblr people from Mastodon and vice versa. Hey, that's really cool. That's rad. I want that. Honestly, you gotta make it real. Maybe we should play Sonic R sometime, Monster. Is that a bad idea?
I wonder if I should do this one or maybe. I like this one because it gave me a cool focus on like the vegetation, which I have always wanted to learn how to paint.
You want to do it? You want to do that, also? You want to do a Sonic R stream? Wow, we
Yeah,
just
fuck it, let's go.
play Sonic R badly. I mean, anything to listen to that soundtrack again, right? Try and unlock Mecha Knuckles.
So Swifty,
Hmm.
I would like to bring up once again the topic of the last Toot stream. When should we do that? This week? Tomorrow?
Wait.
Do we need some build up?
Wait. We need to announce the final Toot stream. Wait, you're more like. The what now? The final Toot stream. Because Doig and I got tired of you all farting all the time.
Basically.
That's right. We did. We got tired of it, and we also figured that maybe some people watching the VODs might not want to hear farts all the time while they're watching a VOD. So, people paid to toot, and they still can. But now, toots are going to be reserved for special occasions.
People pay for meals and then they eat them and then they're gone.
It also says last Twitch stream. That's right. When we stop doing toots, Twitch will shut down because there'll be no point for it to exist anymore.
You could rent a movie. Money doesn't make things forever.
Space Fire Ephemera says, I just saw the view count rise when the toots began. People love hearing it. They love to hear the farts. Why would anyone not want to hear the farts?
How would Here's the thing. If farts happen and then the view count goes up, the people who joined didn't know the farts happened. There's no that's correlation.
Tim says this is cancel culture. Yes, everyone who's farting in chat is being cancelled right now for farting. Martina's right though, we need to make it a big event. So I guess we will arrange a toot day for you guys. And we might do something like put a toot counter up and just blast away for the whole stream. And then toots, we will deactivate them and reactivate them when certain things happen. Like, we're thinking it might be fun to have them on either special occasions or like when hype trains happen, or like if someone redeems something in chat, maybe then toots are unlocked for a minute or something. But yeah, the thing is though, you keep asking me to announce when the last fart day is. But it's something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah.
And we need to decide together. So Doug
Okay.
and I will decide that. And then we'll make sure it goes out with a toot, don't you worry. It won't go out like a wet fart. It will go out like a reverbed butt blast.
Oh, I think I crashed.
Make sure you guys
Photoshop.
get your chance and have plenty of notice. The Doig and Swift is over, but it's sad. Yeah, we stop having you guys do toots, and then the next stream is just 0 viewers. Well, we did this to ourselves. We should have known they were only here for the farts.
We should have known.
Should have known.
I think I tried to blend too hard.
He tried to blend too hard.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's having to think about it. Okay, there we go.
PC Crew just says, like, Gwillem's turbo mode. Yeah, I think that's likely to be what happens. Is that maybe someone can pay a lot of channel points to unlock farts for a minute, and then everyone can fart as much as they want for a minute. Yeah, people show up, realize they can't toot, then leave. We get like 1 viewer and then 0 viewers, and then 2 viewers and 0 viewers. This is Monday, tomorrow's Toot Day. We could do it on a Root and Tootin' Tuesday.
It has to be on a Toots Day, yeah.
Okay. We could have a fart league. What about if we did like snail races and we had
Wow, okay.
every fart redeem move something along a little bit and we had competing teams. the fart Olympics.
Wait, yeah. Your brain.
You see, the problem is I come up with these ideas and then Doug would have to build them.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't want to take his time away from making all the cool stuff he's making. But that would be fun.
I will make Fart Olympics if you donate to the coffee.
Doug, that's not the way this works. We're already taking farts away. The onus is on us to make it less painful for people by covering it with some huge event so they forget that we're taking farts away.
Would that make it a fart stream instead of an art stream? You would have to go to a whole new category.
Yeah, we'd have to request that Twitch make a category for us. Fart streamers. Doig Toot versus Swift Pop Fart Olympics.
It's a new galaxy level Twitch category. Gas giants.
It would be funny if we could do a little snail race or something though, but with farts.
That's easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's try and do something like that then. That'd be fun.
Do they have to be snails?
They don't have to be snails. Do you
Is
guys
that
rather
is that a
them
Barry
simple?
thing or is that just a thing?
Snail racing is just a thing, Doig. But we can have something else if you want.
It's just because I saw it on Barry's stream.
Yeah, have you never heard of snail racing before?
Maybe I'll make it. Oh.
New donation from a very special Disney. Fart Olympics, please.
Oh my gosh, Dizzy, thank you so much. What the heck?
Thank
hey,
you.
thank you. Doig was joking, but thank you.
I'm never
Wow.
joking.
Okay, Doig wasn't joking. But I thought he was. Thank you. That's so kind of you. We really appreciate it. Thank you for helping us to meet our goal. 8%.
Ding. There we go.
Would you guys like snail racing or would you like, oh, Sonic Worm? Oh. Oh no. Maybe we could get Eric's 3D Sonic Worm model from him. And give it some like rubber physics.
Wait, we can say what again?
Maybe we can get Eric's Sonic Worm from him
Yeah.
and give it some rubber physics.
Oh.
And then we could do the snail race with them. We could have different coloured ones. We could have a shadow worm. That's very easy to do from the base of a Sonic worm. Light versus dark. Who will win? Team Dark or Team Sonic? It's just like Sonic Adventure 2. We could even play Live and Learn at the beginning. Oh, Doig, help. Help, I'm starting to really like this idea.
If it makes
Sonic Adventure Toot! That's too good, Martina.
if it makes the farts go away, I'm up for it.
Real question, do worms fart? You will believe a worm can fart.
I think they eat farts.
What? The farts fuel them.
I think that's what they do.
The snail race is Sonic Worm just getting longer. Stretched a worm.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. Alex, thank you very much for the bits. Whoa, what the heck? Hold on, I got a win. I got a win. Alex says, I'm pretty sure the reason it's a snail race is because not only do the bars move compared to each other, but the timer at the bottom looks like a video game racing game, filling from one side to the other. I don't know what you're referring to, Alex. Are you referring to Barry's snail race or something else specific? Kieran says, listen, I will make my worm fully Unity compatible if needed. Incredible. The Worm Olympics. I've only got 10, but I'm winning. It's hard to pick them up.
Oh.
No, Doig, don't try. No, Doig, I'm doing it. No, it's me. Ha ha! You were too slow.
I got 4.
Too slow.
Did you notice that it exploded and it was in this room?
Yeah. That's good, right? That's what you want.
I mean, I never actively fixed that bug.
Is that a bug? I thought it was good that it exploded in this room.
No,
right?
it often just, it went in the other room, but now we got some bit, unless it exploded from the other room and just came here. I don't know. Wait,
How would you assign teams to chat?
did haunting stop working for Martina?
Yeah, Haunt Cam stopped working a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
We can fix that. The problem is that we can't fix anything in this current version. Because, okay, here's the lowdown. In making version 2 of the stream, Doig has altered the file to the point where it no longer works. So we've been running off a previously built exe. What that means is we do have a stable build that we can run, which is great. But it does also mean we can't fix anything that's up with this particular one. Because the file for it no longer exists. Like, Doig has changed so much of it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to wait until version 2. But it will 100% be fixed in version 2. So I'm really sorry if it's not working in this version. To that end, Doig, how would we actually ever build worm racing?
I might spend a bit of time just trying to fix that thing so we can build it.
Fix the thing that is currently stopping us from being able to use a recent up-to-date.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Tip says if only there was some kind of control system that let you see the prior versions of your software.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got you there, Doig.
Yeah.
Doig has been told so many times to use source control. It's just not in his nature. He's an artist that paints everything on one layer. But only when it comes to Unity. Not when it comes to painting. Or anything else. Only Unity. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pause my face tracking for a sec. Because it's not going to be able to pick me up over here anyway. I'm going to move over so I can do some storyboarding now that I've drunk my tea. I gotta try and get this expression cleaned up, but still make it work. It's always difficult. Things look so easy when you're roughing them, and then when you come to clean them, keeping the expression as good as in the rough is a real challenge for me.
That's because you try and improve it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better when it doesn't make sense, you know? It's just got the raw expression. I want it that way. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a worm, Sonic. Tell me why. Do-do-do-do-do. Worm. Oh, Manic said I started implementing Twitch Matter today, Pilkey. Manic, that's so exciting. Hell yeah.
Tib, I've got the project on source control. I just haven't updated it to and committed it to source control in a little bit.
Yeah, the last time you updated it was a long time ago, right?
It wasn't too long ago, but it's on there.
It's on there, but
There was a period where I was
Version
making daily updates.
we need to get back to that.
I'll do it for 2.0, I think. I think I'm going to make a new project, a cleaner project for 2.0 and just add the stuff that I need to add. Add the stuff that needs adding.
Oh yeah?
We'll see. I think so.
That's fair. I'm behind whatever you think will work best. You are the expert. Dumba, do-do-do-do-do, ba-ba. Twitch Matter is now at version 1.1, so it's fully released and already has a bug fix. Pilkey, congratulations! That's awesome.
And you can get it via the package manager now. That's cool.
You fully released it. Muzzle. That's fantastic. Pilkey's been such like a huge source of help for people trying to get stuff working
Yeah, for sure.
with Twitch integration. Like, thanks so much, Pilkey, for being such like a champion for the community. Like, literally could not do it without you. Do, 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 do. Scribbling says one really simple and easy way to do version control that I found is just by setting up Google Drive. If you install the feature of Drive that lets you access it directly from File Explorer, you can open a file from there, and every time you overwrite it, it creates a new version that you can check in Drive by right-click context menu, view previous versions. It helped me recover progress quickly when I had Maya files corrupt in school. Oh, that's radical. Thank you for the tip.
Nice.
I think the problem with Doig using it is he's just not used to using version control, so he keeps forgetting. You need like a little post-it
I'm just lazy.
above your computer that's like, commit it to version control right now.
I've used 4 different types of version control in my lifetime.
Yeah?
I'm not unfamiliar with it.
I
I'm
know.
just lazy.
I don't think you're unfamiliar with it. I think you just forget.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I think I mistook the term used to familiarity with it. So I was trying to say I'm trying to curb the, hey, did you know that source control exists? Like, yeah, I've used it a bunch. I'm just lazy.
So when you say you're lazy, do you mean that you look at it, go, I should commit this, and then think, nah, never mind? Or is it that you just don't think to commit it?
I just don't think to commit it.
So that's forgetting, not being lazy.
All right, then.
So I'll do a little post-it note for you. I just need to remember to make the post-it note, which I'm sure will be no problem for me. It's definitely going to happen, guys. Martina says, does lazy even exist? I'd like to think it doesn't, but I know it does in my bones, because I know I am in my bones. Tib says, I'm honestly so lazy with version control too. My commit messages are always like, I did these 9 completely separate things over last week. At least you're not at the point where you're like key smashing your commit messages. like the least helpful thing ever. Like, oh, I wonder what this version is that I committed. It's just like DJK, DJK, DJK. And you're like, oh, okay. Cool. Thanks past me. Appreciate it. Like me with naming effing Photoshop files.
You're really bad at that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I could take literally 10 seconds to name this properly. Or I could just key smash and assume that I'll know exactly what it is when I look at all the other key smash files next to it. I've lost so much stuff that way. Thank you very much for the follow, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
Hans just says key smash every time. What is my problem, seriously? Should just name things. Why am I so averse to it? I was meant to be more organized on this computer, and I still do it. I still put everything in one big desktop folder and then left it. Tip says I can't do key smashes because I never look aesthetically key smash enough. I have to type them manually. You do not. I refuse to believe you manually type key smashes. It doesn't have enough variety in it. Spacebit says, I know why, because the idea of naming something that isn't finished tends to make people not want to in case they want to change their mind. I usually name something after I finish it. Oh, I see. Interesting. I suppose that could be a reason. If I was being nice and lenient with myself, that's a fair reason for it.
Mine
I
is.
honestly do think it's mostly laziness on my part.
I save things with a proper name, but I don't save it in a good location. That's my bad.
Oh, you save that you name them, but you don't put them anywhere you'll ever
Just put them
find
anywhere.
Yeah, you never make folders for things.
I make folders. The thing is, I make new folders for the thing that I'm
You don't
oh,
name
this
the
is just this,
folders.
right? Yeah. So I probably have like a whole bunch of folders that are named the same thing spread throughout my PC.
No. I have that problem a little bit with work folders because I often have a work folder on Dropbox or Drive that's named the name of the project, and then I also have a folder on my PC that's named the name of the project, and knowing which files are in which folders can get a bit confusing because the folders are named the same. I should just name the ones on my PC project name _ PC. That would be smart.
There, you figured it out.
I figured-
ducked yourself.
I rubber ducked myself. It's such a fucking obvious solution though. I feel real dumb now. It's like, yeah, doofus, just name it with a PC at the end. Why are you naming them both the same thing if that's what the problem is? This is easily solvable.
Oh, yo, thank you.
Oh wow, Pilky, thank you so much for the gift sub. Pilky says, programmers, naming things is one of the hardest things you do. You should spend time to properly name things. Artist, smash his face into keyboard. That'll do. You're right. You're right, and I'm glad you said it.
Your code literally doesn't compile if you don't name things properly.
Yeah. That is important. That does make it pretty important.
Also, you can't name the same thing. Sorry. You can't name a script the same thing unless you put it in a namespace, and then you have to make sure that your namespace is named correctly and then referenced. Like, yeah, the whole thing. Name and stuff.
Manic MG says, I've never learned how to use namespaces and I'm not starting now. I'm too old to change my ways. Chip says as long as you know AGF TBLF is always AGF TBLF, it still compiles. You're not wrong.
Why did you read that out?
Because I wanted to. Same thing I do anything, Doig. Can you see the worm is shining on me? It makes me feel so free and so alive. Worm makes me want to survive. Tim says I would have pronounced it Ag football. Shit, that does sound good. I did miss out then. No. Worming in the city. You know you've got to survive. You've got to keep that worm alive. Oh no. It does actually work very well with all of the Sonic R songs. Worm it out, think about it. This is terrible. What a terrible discovery to make. What a curse to bear.
Horror scenes are hard. This is hard. I don't like that. It's hard.
Can you feel the sunshine? Is it drying up your worm? You can't spell Sonic Worm without Sonic R. I mean, there's an R in there, right? So... Everybody's supersonic worming. Ah! Oh no! There's a worm for every situation. It looks better if I don't put the extra quills on. I don't know why you make me feel so high, just like a worm up in the sky. I have to stop. I have to stop digging these wormholes.
Fucking screen reflection bullshit.
Fucking screen reflection bullshit. I'd draw the curtains for you, but that would require me to get up.
And that's something you would never do.
That's something I'd never do. I have to make sure that these expressions read.
Okay, I can actually see my screen now.
Good job. You overcame the laziness and you did it.
I did it.
And now I can see my screen better as well. Skyworm, like in Breath of the Wild. Sure. Sure.
You mean a dragon?
No, we mean Skyworms, Doig.
Alright, sorry. My
Pay
bad.
attention. Emlet says, oh, doing a nice little Ghibli study. Nice. Oh my gosh, we got the wombo combo of Emlet and Tib. Both in chat. Are you guys hanging out? It's good to see you. How you doing?
Oh. Shit, this brush is good.
Oh yeah? What brush are you using? Sure.
I feel like this is cheating. This is a cheating brush.
This brush is too good. What is it?
Bush.
Babush. Oh, I see. It's like a foliage brush.
Yeah.
You're working along in different rooms. That's cute. You guys are cute.
Shit, this is cheating, right?
I hope you guys are having an awesome time hanging.
Fuck it, I'm going
And-
with it.
Emlet, we didn't get to see you when you were over, but I hope you had a good time in England as well.
By the way, I'm joking. Also,
What was your favourite thing you did in England, Emlet? And you're not allowed to say hang out with Tib. Because we're just going to assume that's number one.
yeah, I'm only kidding when I'm saying is this cheating.
Is using the tools I've been given cheating? Is using a pencil cheating? Should I be drawing in my blood instead?
Kind of wished I'd put this on a new layer, but cool. It's cool.
Emlet says the UK was dope, cars everywhere, and fish and chips was unironically great. Yes! Fish and chips is really good. Are there not that many cars in the place? I don't want to like say in case people don't know, but where you live usually. Tiff says, I was unbearable in England. It's very stressful to take a 1 week holiday in your own home. Every artist ever. How do I holiday? How do I holiday in the place where I work? The computer's right there. I could just hop on and do more work. It's looking at me. I should be working. What am I doing relaxing? I should be working.
That got too real for a second.
Sorry. Oh, Emlet says Sweden has cars, but the UK has way more high-speed roads in seemingly walkable areas. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the
Fair.
UK is fucking dumb.
It's not the easiest place for cyclists to exist.
We went somewhere on Friday. Can we say where we went? I guess we can say where we went. Yeah, I think we can say where we went. We went to Whitby.
We're not there anymore, so.
And we got tooted at by a car horn while we were walking on a pavement. They were like,
They wanted
get out
on
the way.
pavement. They were like, I can't get around this car without going on the pavement, and you're on it in my way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna toot at you. We're like, we're on the pavement. You're not meant to be on the pavement. Just wait for the car in front of you.
Haggy old lady.
The place that they were driving, though, is also like, it felt like it should have just been a pedestrian area. Like it was a narrow cobblestone street full of shops with very narrow pavements where it felt like you should be able to just pedestrian around, but...
I'd laugh if it's not on Google Street View, because that would show that you shouldn't have been driving down it. So let me just check. I'm gonna
Oh, you're just gonna... Oh, that's a good idea.
Show
people.
show the street.
Show
I can
the
I can find this.
Never I'm on the street where you drive. Yeah, tooted at. Can you believe it?
I was
It
annoyed.
was like we were on stream again.
I was annoyed, you guys. I was like, we are pedestrians on the pavement. You don't get to toot at us. We're doing nothing wrong. She was
We were
like,
like,
burp,
"Hey."
burp, and you're like, no, that's
Hey,
not
hey.
how this works.
I'm walking here.
It's not how this works. Fuck, I'm lost. Now I got it.
Oh, wow, Emlet, you're going back to the UK for Thought Bubble. Then you
Oh,
will
cool.
see us. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, we're going to have to buy you like a coffee or something. We'll buy you beans on toast, Emlet. As is our way.
Don't subject the man to... Okay.
Okay, you found it.
I just want to tell you
Uh-huh.
that I just dropped us into Street View
And the exact place.
on the exact...
All right.
On
Feeling
the
yourself.
exact corner. What?
Doig is feeling himself. It's like, oh yeah. You always do this. You always manage to get a weirdly accurate street view.
That was so good. That was so good. I knew it. I knew where we were.
Geo Wizard, yeah, for sure.
Let's see. So the way that I do this is I bring this over here and then it won't. It shouldn't show Chrome. Okay, I'm just gonna close the other windows. Oh no, my screen capture.
What have I done?
All right.
I'm a genius. Oh no! Crow mail. Alex says, by the way, Bird and Bear, I just got around to watching your entire Goose Game Let's Play this weekend. It was great. Gremlin, India, and Her Element. LA, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's rad. Thank you so much for watching it. It warms my heart that you had a good time. That's really cool. It was a really fun game to play.
Is this underneath Photoshop?
It was very
Photoshop.
sweet of Doig to
There we
surprise
go.
me with it.
Okay, you can see that, and then we go to here. Right. So this is the street. This is the street that they were driving up. We were standing on this pavement here where these children are. And they were driving from up here. And so we were on this, well, it doesn't really look like a pavement, but I can assure you it's
I can assure you it's a pavement.
There was a van that was here. There was a van that was here, and this lady mounted the pavement and was driving over this corner, and we were standing back a little bit here on the pavement, and they tooted at us.
They were like, get out of the way. I'm driving on the
They
pavement.
honked. They honked their hooter at us.
Holster says this looks very English. It is very English, Holster. Whitby's a cool place. It's very hilly. It's like right in a bay and in between two cliffs.
Yeah, it's a natural harbor.
So on one side of the cliffs is the Abbey, which is like a really, really old building that's kind of crumbled down now, and it's got a museum attached and everything. And then on the other side is just like a big old hotel.
I can't see the Abbey from here. Hang on. This is the bridge.
That's the bridge.
We go this way.
You have to go over it to get to the other side of town, but occasionally you have to wait for boats to pass.
It's incredible that the Google Street Map view just this gray day. I can't see the Abbey. Maybe it hasn't been built yet.
The Abbey. Everything is walkable. We
I'm just
walked the
kidding.
entire town. And oh, sorry. We did so in just a couple of hours. Like, we walked from one side of the cliffs to the other side, around town, back up, back down, around town again.
I don't think I can go along the waterfront, sadly, because that part is pedestrianized.
Yeah, that's fair. Typical British weather. Yeah, there it is. There are the grey clouds we love so much.
Yeah.
Old friends.
I wonder if they've got the ship that your dad was talking about.
The Endeavour.
Yeah.
There it is.
That might be the actual one that your dad was talking about.
No.
No, it is.
No.
It's in a different position, dude.
No.
Dude.
No.
Dude.
What?
It's in a different place.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's the one.
No.
Dude. Why won't you believe me?
It looks too fake.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't look fake.
It does look fake.
Doesn't look fake.
It does look fake.
It doesn't look fake.
It looks kind of fake, dude. Yeah, that's fake. That's not a real ship.
Then that thing moves.
It might move.
Because it was here.
Yeah, who's to say?
It's here now. I think that your dad said that they made a replica of the ship, a proper one.
Yeah, but that looks too shitty to
And it
be a
used-
replica of the ship.
Are you just because of the colors? Because I think that's I think it
colours
just
and
had
the
shitty
detailing.
colors, dude.
And the size of the windows. Like,
I mean, it's quite far away. Like there's a van.
uh-huh.
There's a ship. It's far away.
Oh man, that looks super fake. If my dad were here, he'd know. He'd be able to tell us straight off the bat.
Maybe I can get around.
Did they send a Google car onto the boat? Because that would be good. Hello. What's up? Hi. I got to tickle a belly. I'll be back. Is my dad a pirate? No, he's a boat builder though, so he knows more about it than I do for sure.
Let me in. Let me in. Okay. I wonder if they've got the whole photo thing. I don't know. It's about anyway. I'm going back to Photoshop. Yeah. That cafe was called the Endeavour Cafe. That makes sense. The ship is a replica of the Endeavour. Okay, back to the study. Ba-ba-ba-da-dum.
I'm back. I'm back from Scrumple City.
Welcome back.
Alex says, wait, Indy, your dad's a shipwright? We have something in common. I don't know if there's a difference between a shipwright and a boat builder, but my dad's a boat builder. And if that's a shipwright,
It's
then,
maybe scale.
then yes, he is. Yeah, he builds sailing boats. Or he used to. He's meant to be retired now. He still designs them for people, though. And makes things for theatre productions and stuff. Old Swifty sailing the seas. That's my dad. That's him. Oh, it's just a $10 term for boat builder. I've never heard the term $10 term before. But yeah, he was very good. He has designed a lot of very cool boats and built a lot of very cool boats.
Your dad's a very interesting man.
Yeah, his boats all have a very cool naming convention too, which is that they're all named after coins.
Oh, cool.
So he has his most well-known boat is probably the Farthing. And then he also has a boat called the Halfpenny. And a bunch of others that I can't recall just off the top of my head. He's a very cool dude. What about the Rupee? I don't know if he has one called the Rupee. Beazle. Oh yes, he has made the shilling, you're right. Shilling is definitely one that he has made. But it's a big job, because it used to be just him making them. So he'd design them and draft up all of the layouts and everything, and then build them solo. Then he brought on some people to help him out. He would have one lad helping him build it as well. And that was it. Small 2-man operation.
That's so cool. How many years did you do that for?
Many years, I think. Like, at least 10 or 15, I think.
Wow.
Oh, Tip, Emma, you're gonna bounce. Thanks so much for coming by. Have an amazing day, you guys.
Bye bye.
Hope you have a great time hanging out. Maybe Elon will commission the Bitcoin. Listen, if Elon wants to pay my dad a ridiculous amount of money to make him a boat, honestly not going to say no.
Yeah, just put a few holes in it.
Yeah,
though.
I might just ask my dad to put a few, you know, a few little holes in the bottom there.
Like, to see the fish better.
You need viewing holes, right?
Yeah.
See, Alex says, without doxing my family too much, my dad got the plans for an 18th century East Coast US fishing boat, a sailboat of course, and modified the plans to replace the fish pits with living space below decks. He built it in his spare time over around 10 years, and it's been on boat magazine covers since he sold it. It has a late 19th century US silver dollar under the mast. That's awesome! Wow, what a cool project. I was expecting you to say that he kept it and was sailing around in it. But he built it so he could sell it on. Pretty rad. Sounds like a cool boat though, a cool vessel. We were just saying the other day, as we were hanging out with a friend, that the boating life seems really romantic and cool.
It's very involved.
But when you think about it, it's actually a very difficult, hard life. Because I used to be like, man, I'd love to have an animation studio on a boat. And then I started thinking about it a bit harder, and I was like, okay, so I would barely be able to stand up in the cabin. I'd have like no room to move around. We'd have to have all the electricity powered by a generator on board. Like, it would just be miserable. It would be miserable. Hey, what did I not give you enough attention before? Oh, it's a different one. It's Kuma. That's the thing. Oh my gosh, a raider. Hello, Chingdai, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. How's it going? Alex says the maintenance of having to haul it out every few years to reseal the hull was not attractive after living on it for about 8 years. Living in a house that's constantly rotting under you is not relaxing. Yeah, exactly. They require so much maintenance, right? Yeah, and as soon as Sea Star says, I would get seasick. Me too. It is a sweet little man. Mike is
straight through to the food.
Mike is bringing him over to me. He's a little hungry boy, and he just wants to be fed so he can get more rotund than he already is.
Fat boy.
You're a fat boy now. You've got too fat. You need to stop eating so much. I know you love the food. There we go. Casting Order says, I don't know, Ken and Roberta Williams of Sierra fame retired to their sailboat in their 30s and they seem happy. That's awesome. I want a tour of their sailboat. That sounds rad. I'm sure that sea life and boat life is good for some people. I'm sure it really suits some people and fits them, but I think I'm probably not one of those people. Tizzy and Bean says he's as big as he needs to be. He needs that extra padding.
He's not that fat.
He's not that fat. He's just like, he's plump, let's say.
He's a little delicate.
He's not overweight, but also he could stand to lose a few pounds. Just a few.
It keeps him warm. Oh, it says summer. He's just got a little bit of a chunk to him, but he's not.
A little bit
he's
of
not
a belly, that's all. He's due for his injections again.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
We need to book them in.
Do you think we should take them? Not by. I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah. Adorable little boy.
I put him up on the window.
Put him up.
You get little standees in Gloomhaven for where the monsters are placed on the board. And Sparrow jumped up on the table and just nommed one of them.
Just got one of them full in her mouth and was just like picking it up. Doug and I were like, no! Our archers!
It's like a boss has appeared. And they appeared to be damaging their own forces. I could see her little paw twitch as well. She was gonna knock over the little
Yeah, she raised her
players.
paw.
Yeah, it was like, I'm knocking over the
She
players.
got into the swipe position and then you grabbed her. It's nice though. Like, we haven't really played a board game here since we've had the cats.
No.
And I have a lot of very fond memories of trying to play board games with my parents and the cats just coming and sitting on everything. So it was honestly like really cute to see her come over.
You wanted it.
Yeah, it brought back some nice memories. Cats are good at cat, you know?
Yeah.
Cats don't understand what the difference is between things that we want to play with and things that they want to play with.
You can't get angry at your cat.
Yeah,
That's
they don't
the-
know they're
that's-
doing anything wrong.
That's the thing I'm learning is like no matter what they do, you can't get angry because it won't help them and it won't help you.
They just don't associate your anger with what they did wrong.
No.
So there's no way for them to learn anything from it. Unless you can get them like in the act and tell them no. Like getting angry with them after the fact is just like they've already forgotten what happened 10 minutes ago. They feed on anger, says Dizzy. You're not wrong. Alex says, on the upside of living on a boat, being rocked to sleep by the water every night is irreplaceable. That does sound nice. Sleeping under the stars. I do get a little bit seasick, is one problem though.
Yeah, in your grandmaster plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I do get a little seasick. It's a little bit of a problem.
Oh yeah, when we're on the boat in Japan, you were like, yep. And I was like, come and look at this. And you were like, in a minute.
Give me a sec. Just give me a sec. My head hurts.
I don't get seasick, which is good. I like the fact that I don't. I used to get motion sick in cars, but I don't anymore.
What happened?
I think I get motion sick if I try and read or do anything that's looking down in a car, but
Yeah.
otherwise I'm fine.
Okay, that's fair. That's definitely something that made me motion sick a lot when I was a kid, was trying to do stuff in the car.
Yeah. Which is absolutely lame.
Yeah. Got nothing to do but play I Spy.
Or pretend Sonic's running alongside.
Yeah. It's cool to hear that's kind of a pretty universal thing.
What?
Everyone kind of imagined something moving alongside the car.
Yeah.
Or most people did, rather.
And you imagine them like jumping from rooftop to rooftop
Yeah.
and bursting through things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beazle says, I imagine the Ninja Turtles.
That's pretty awesome. All four of them running along, jumping off rooftops, swinging off lampposts. We should make that an Anna Morning challenge.
We did.
Should make it another Anna Morning challenge. Should do the same one again. Also, when the trains arrive in too fast for your train to stop. I love it when you're on a train and another train passes you in the opposite direction. Is this Hollow Knight?
Yeah, I think so.
It's making me anxious.
That's because it's green pad.
Yeah, right? It's like I remember the feeling of being in this part.
I still love that clip of you where you're fighting that bearded knight and you're just screaming Hollow Knight.
Screaming my head off because I'm so happy that I beat it. And then I realized that it's not even a boss, it's just a regular enemy that will appear many more times.
It's so funny. Can I go find that?
Yeah, if you want. JJQ says, once I was crossing the channel on a ferry, they wouldn't let us in the port as the sea was too rough, so you couldn't walk around because the ship was rocking so much. When I tried to sleep, I could feel the fluid sloshing internally. Oh, that's awful. That must have been like so seasick inducing. Were you okay? Or did you get seasick? Because I would have been barfing.
We could go back and get like these highlight moments from the old Let's Plays and share them now.
Yeah. You certainly could.
Who has the time? I'll just share them on the stream. That's what I'll do. YouTube's like, hey, do you want to listen to this 3-hour music and ambience from Lord of the Rings? Like,
why are you recommending that to us? Oh yeah, because we were dungeon crawling for like 8 hours yesterday.
All right, content.
That Mines of Moria was okay.
Yeah,
I feel like it didn't have enough energy to it
fair enough.
to be really good for like fighting things. I was wondering if we could just get Epidemic
Yeah,
up and put on a playlist there. That might be better.
yeah, we could do.
Because then we also won't get YouTube adverts halfway through our dungeon. You know that one where the people are trying to unlock their tablet? Where it starts and it's like, oh, I hate that one. I hate it. It's like, this is the problem, is we have a thing which PAL got us, which is incredible, which helps us put YouTube onto our TV so we can listen to stuff. And it's just like, just because it doesn't have ad blocker on it, we get all the adverts again. Also, please get a second Epidemic thing. Yes, we absolutely will. I'm going to get on Mike's butt about it. Alex says a side effect of living on a boat is when you go to bed on dry land and the bed doesn't move, your inner ear expects it. It's weird. Yeah, I bet that must be a weird feeling. Like when you've been on a boat for a long time and you get off onto dry land for the first time and you can't walk properly because you're expecting it to be moving. Tio says that reminds me of a time when I tried to request a song on someone's stream, but I accidentally copied the video link of the ad instead of the video. There's a video link for the ad? That's amazing. I was recently just got some guy talking about sushi instead of music. Oh, this is my favorite track. That's amazing. That's really funny. Listen to that amazing sound quality from our Snowball microphone.
I don't think they can hear this.
I heard it. I heard it and a lot of room ambience.
Have you defeated it? Oh, you did defeat it.
I did defeat it. That's why I was so happy.
I think in the Let's Play, okay, you fight and defeat it once and then go around a bit and then you come back again to fight it. That's why it's difficult to find this clip.
Surely it's the first time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it is.
I want it that way. Drown me away. Alex says, I lived on a boat for years, but it was tied up to a marina dock almost all the time, so the seas weren't extreme. Walking on land was easy, but it was when lying still in bed, you'd feel phantom acceleration. Alex, that's so cool. I didn't know that you lived on a boat for years. That's awesome. Tell me more about it. Did you stop living on a boat when you like moved for college or something? And do you miss it? Would you live on a boat again? And what was it like living on a boat? Did you ever get like feel too cramped? Or was it like quite a big boat? How did you do things like hang out your laundry to dry? Did you catch fresh fish? I have so many questions. Did you sail places and pull in on ports and go to different towns and stuff? Fibsh. Did you go fibshing? Phantom Acceleration was the original title of the raunchy film Ghost. I've actually never seen Ghost. Suffice to say. I know I've done a background for this somewhere. Aha! I see your background. Give it to me.
Damn it, this is actually hard to find.
Oh, I'm sorry, love.
It's okay.
Okay. So this needs to move back a little bit. There we go. And then I just need to mat Sonic in. Where's the gap? Oh, on the ear. I see it. So I just need to... Oop. There we go. Let's get Sonic matted in. There we go. Pasting this in. There we go. Take this guy. Delete that guy and that guy. Paste in this guy again. Hell yeah. There we go. Awesome. The great thing about boarding from TV stuff like this, where I'm taking existing boards and redoing it as Sonic, is that they reuse so many shots in TV.
Mm-hmm.
They really just have a couple of places they pop the camera in a scene and keep reusing the same shots, which means unlike when I usually board, where I try to use a huge variety of shots for really each moment, here I can reuse a background a bunch of times because the same setup is used a bunch of times. Let's see. Alex says, well, between about 5 to 6 and 10, I live with my dad on a little houseboat that didn't have an engine. And then he launched his sailboat and we lived on that. In both cases, we were tied up to a marina dock. Hot, in parentheses, pay showers and pay laundry machines on land. Oh, I see. Electricity and water off the dock. Let's see. If I had to take a crap, I had to get the bathroom key and get dressed for the outside weather. Walk from the end of the dock where the boat was tied up all the way on land to the marina's bathrooms and then walk back through the keypad gate. Oh my gosh. But in the summers, we went on trips around the area. Once we almost beached the boat by trying to anchor in a shallow bay that dries right out at low tide. But we noticed and turned around before we got through the channel and got to safety. That's amazing. What a cool childhood, Alex. That's awesome. Hearing about stuff like you having to fully get dressed, walk off the boat, down the dock in like a public area and get through a keypad thing in order to use a bathroom really makes you appreciate how convenient it is just to have bathrooms in our houses, right? Is that Toon Boom? It is. This is Toon Boom's storyboard. It is? Yeah, Riandel, you're right. Storyboard Pro. This is it? Hell yeah. JDQ says there's a cool YouTuber nicknamed the Queen of Shitty Robots I could talk about who talked about living on a boat. Interesting. Morning, Meister Jazz. Little Teapot says it's so satisfying watching you guys work. Thank you. I'm taking it very slow today, but it's okay. Just getting stuff done. I'll see if I have a picture of Sally somewhere that I can use. Because she's meant to be there. I don't think I've drawn the picture of her yet. So I don't think I have a cleaned up Sally. So I could clean up a Sally here. Simone Giert, the legend, says Caustic Armadillo. Oh. And Alex says we didn't have a phone or cable TV service before pages and then mobile phones. This was hardly optimal. Yeah, I bet. So did you go to school during that time? And just like walk from the boat to it or get a bus from the boat to it? I suppose it would be hard to have like friends around and stuff, right? Because there couldn't have been too much room. JJQ says Simone Gewurz, she's a young Swedish lady, has been on the Tonight Show, is now part of Tested. So cool, quirky and wholesome self-talk roboticist. That's really awesome. Lady roboticist, let's go. She's the queen of shitty robots. I should check her out. She sounds rad. Her name is pronounced Yacht. Thank you, Caustic Armadillo. Appreciated. I'm not good at reading names I'm unfamiliar with. So that's really helpful. Yacht. Okay, Simone Yacht.
I found it.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think I found it.
You found it, finally.
Yeah, that took a while.
I've been talking to you guys while hearing myself making noises in the background the whole time on Doig's computer.
Photoshop. There we go. All right. I don't know if I can resize this. Can I do this? Yes. Don't know. Hang on. Can I take full screen
You
for
can
it?
take full screen if you want. Since
Okay.
you spent so long trying to find this clip.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't even going to be that funny for people, but I hope you guys enjoy it. This is from, what, 5 years ago or something?
6 years ago.
6 years ago. One of our first ever Let's Play series, Hollow Knight. NK Art says the deadline of community stream has pushed me to finish my design for a new patch. Thanks, you're super welcome. That's awesome to hear. If our little thing has helped to push you to do something you wanted to do anyway, that's great.
Theater mode.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back a little bit just to the build up of getting your soul, I guess. So this is the thing that
How long is this gonna be, Doig?
like a minute or so.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Alright, you pile of ass. I have to get past you. Oh no. Hey me. Come on.
1, 2. Yeah.
Fucking kill you now! Why do I even have to wait? Oh, there you are! Fuck you!
Nice.
Ah! Ah! Fucking fuck you! Fuck you, sir! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking fuck you! I want some.
Hit him with your blasties. Boom!
Fuck you! Fuck you! Ah! Ah! God damn it! Hollow Knight! Hollow Knight!
You did it. You did it.
He's gonna cry now.
And he's there every time you go past.
I mean, brave warrior.
That's so I love
All
that.
that to prove me wrong.
I love that.
I was so at the end of my rope.
What even are you?
I tried
Hey,
to
you
kill
got
it
like
like
100.
8 times or something and just died every single time. Yeah, I went pretty feral. I was pretty done with it.
Oh, it was
The
so
mic
good.
could not handle it. We had a little Yeti at that point. It was a snowball, I think.
Yeah, we were just sharing it between us. Okay. No more desktop audio. All right, and then back to here, and off.
Because I think like
Photoshop.
you go into a new area after this one and it's just another one walking around and it's like, no,
Yeah, there's
that guy's not
there's
just like,
two of them together.
yeah, that guy's not just like some kind of mini boss that's there to get your progress. It's just an enemy. Oh, the misery.
I'd say our Hollow Knight Let's Play is like one of the better ones we've ever done.
I think Night in the Woods is still my favorite over Hollow
Is it
Knight.
still your favorite? Okay.
Of the early ones, yeah. I think of the later ones, I think Outer Wilds is really good and the Deltarune stuff is cool. Go vote, everybody. How are you enjoying painting, Doig?
I like it. It's nice. You have a clip for those 2 nights. Oh, I remember that. Kurzik just nopes.
What happens?
It was the first of many nopes on Kurzik's Hollow Knight playthrough.
What happens?
We'll
Do
see.
you have the clip?
Kurzik says they have a clip of it.
Kazak, do feel free to hoy the clip. Thank you.
Pro tip, don't step away. Oh,
Let's see what other secrets lie around. Not that one. I don't like that one. What's that? Oh, it's 2 of them. Fuck that noise.
Did you also have a hard time defeating the first one, Kurzak?
Yeah.
See you, little teapot. Have a good day.
There's a boss that I would not run away from. I think when we go back, it should automatically shift us. I'm gonna make that happen from now on, so I don't have to keep. Yeah, yeah. There's a boss that I wouldn't walk away from in Hollow Knight. That was a taste of how I play Elden Ring back then. Like, hey, you met a boss. You should probably go away now. We here.
I like your mic volume because like you're nice and clear. Like you're loud, but it's not unpleasant. Like it doesn't sound like you're too close or anything. You're not blowing anything out.
It might just be that we're comparatively lower than you are. I mean, I can go louder. I can go a lot louder. I can go a lot louder. But I got it down here though.
Oh, the misery.
If you guys were like, he didn't get any louder, I'd be like, that's worrying. We didn't even hear the Kurzak peaks. How do you mean? Oh, Ben, you do now?
Like Kurzak's audio peaks.
Oh, okay. Fixed that shit ages ago. All right, yeah, cool. How do people draw trees? How do they do it?
Different people have different solutions. And different people draw trees differently as well. Some people are very stylized about it. Some people go very realistic. I think you just have to find your own groove. Yeah. I weirdly found my tree groove during Mystic Crystal.
Oh, really?
Kind of unlocked by the way that Mark Hendry did them. And I've been doing trees like that ever since. So they've even got a compliment on my trees from JJ.
Oh, nice.
Which was nice. But yeah, the way I do trees now is I don't really care too much about the shape. Kind of just do this kind of thing and add a little bit of shadow underneath.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, and people seem to like it and I like it. It's kind of stylized and kind of neat. But the way that you do trees might be very different.
Yeah. These are like below the canopy, so and they're not they're deciduous.
Deciduous. If you want to do Ghibli trees, that's a whole different ballpark.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. I guess that's why you're doing a study though, right? To try and figure it out.
Yeah. Exactamundo.
I mean, it looks to me like they do the light first and then they carve the shadow along it.
Maybe.
That would be my guess.
Maybe.
My suggestor, that's a fun little pine tree. Thanks. Those are the only trees I feel like I have a way to draw that I'm happy with. Because they're fun to do and they look kind of wonky and strange and fun. And I like that. Martina says the trees in Klaus were really nice too. Yeah. Agreed. Klaus had very nice designs. Trees are overrated, says Ben. Yeah, I noticed you don't have any trees in your game, Ben. What's with that, huh? Where are all the trees?
The zombies ate them.
Stop. Excuse me, stop eating. Stop eating my celery. She's
Is
found.
celery okay for cats?
She's found my celery and she's biting it. I don't think she wants to eat it. I think she genuinely just wants to play with it.
Alright.
So she's just looking for anything that smells weird. She wants to bat it around. I'm gonna find pieces of celery all over the floor.
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt, no doubt. Hi, little one.
Oh, yeah, I opened the curtains, didn't I? Okay,
You gotta
cool.
go now. See you, Martina. Thanks for being here. Celery's the best toy. Why buy cat toys for your cat when you can just leave pieces of celery on a plate?
Indeed.
Martina says that she has to go. I also am gonna depart. To do some stuff. I'm hungry, basically, and I want to have breakfast.
That makes sense.
So I'm gonna go and do that. Are you gonna keep streaming?
Nah.
Well, in that case, I guess Lady Vignette won the raid poll. You can
Alrighty.
go and raid Lady Vignette. And then be back tomorrow to do more arting. Doig's gonna make a stream schedule. It's gonna be really cool looking.
I started. I just need to fill it out.
What image are you using?
I'm gonna go with peeling bananas. One of us.
Nice.
Looks like. Looks like that, Swifty.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah. I think
cool.
I can share screen.
My suggest says, thanks for the stream. I'm glad I was able to catch the end. Me too.
Yeah, gonna look like this. I haven't done this yet.
Oh, there we go. Frosted Cone says, has a lovely day, Doig and Swift. Thank you for the stream. You're super welcome. I hope you also have a lovely day. Let me turn my face tracking back. There we go. You also have a lovely day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We sure do appreciate it. Yeah.
I might keep painting this off stream today. I don't know. I'm in the groove.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Oh no. I'll save it.
Remember
for
though that
tomorrow.
also you're on your big tutorial blitz where you're like, let's get them done.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about them anymore. Get them off my plate. Get them off my plate. Doig is making a big push in the tutorials because he's sick of having them hanging over his head. So he's like, let's just get them done.
People have already made their repos now.
Well, some people have, yeah. Which is awesome. But for those who still feel like it's too overwhelming,
Yeah.
like, I think the tutorial is still going to be hugely valuable for people. Get them tutorials done! Okay, Doig, that means that we have to go. Come on now. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Stop it. Come on now.
All right.
We have to say goodbye.
Deep blue ink.
Huh?
You just put me in front of deep blue ink.
Okay, I see.
All right.
Oh. Didn't work.
All right. So we're gonna raid Lady Vignette, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boop boop.
Boop boop. See you then, everybody. And until next time,
May the rest
all of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Take care, everybody, and bye bye.
Bye-bye. Aye. The awards go to Allosaurus Rex is a bunch of ferrets in a trench coat. Most Sonic Toby Kofi, thank you very much for the follow, Kenny. Most silly is Ben Powell. Also there. Redacted. I'm guessing that's Kitco.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
The Ben Powell Memorial Award goes to Naffin Terracotta. Most likely to show up next stream, Digital Death. Cutest chatter is Swoogles. Woke up! Not sick like a dog. Kitco said to carry my Japanese characters, you're indiscernible. Kitco, no one can see you anymore. You're invisible to the credits. Coolest shirt is Tawny Suit. Stream winner, Frosty Cone. Best chatter, Alex Perk. Most memorable, Bottizimo. Not biased. Stream winner is Schnoo.
Well done, Shin.
Most likely to win an award is Alex. Most talkative is Captain Tio.
No one set up the raid, did they?
Nope. You're gonna have to say it up and say it off immediately.
Can't see it. Raid. Oh, fuck's sake. Get out of the way, Windows. Raid.
We're doing it, guys.
Lady
It's happening.
Bing. Is it Vignet?
Yeah. Hey,
Did
hey,
it.
hey, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Get on that raid train, everybody. Let's go see Vignette.
Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.